Today's recipe is one of my absolute faves and one of my family's faves. At home here, we reckon there's three dishes that we eat more than anything else. There's venison bolognese or ragu, there's venison chili, and there's venison burgers, all using ground venison, of which we do go through a lot and we produce a lot. So I took a couple of packs of my home ground venison fallow deer out of the freezer, and all I've done so far is just brown it off in a pan with some oil. Okay, so I've just browned off the ground there. Some of it's in bigger lumps, that's cool, I don't mind that. I've got some of my white beans that I've soaked and then cooked. A few days ago I did a dish with white beans. Literally, I rehydrate them overnight and then I cook them slowly with a little bit of a herb to get them back. And I've got some stock here, some nice dark beef stock, some paprika, some tomato paste, and here's the key, chilies. Now these are Ancho Chiles, dried. They smell amazing. They're fruity. They're not that strong heat-wise, but they're really good. And what I'm going to do with my anchos and my little red chilies here, again, these are sort of medium chilies, they're not crazy, is I'm going to pop them in a little blitzer. Here, I'm going to pull the core out of this ancho. There you go. And I'm going to rip it up. So I'm going to throw it in there with some of the seeds, and this will be fruity, but it won't be fiery, if that makes sense. I like a chili to have a bit of a tingle, but I don't like to be an absolute murderer either, okay? And I have to say, I think deer meat venison makes the best chili. It's amazing. We love it. There you go, Ancho Chiles and medium red chilies. I'm going to throw them in my pestle and mortar like so and just give them a final grind up just to release the essential oils. One of these lava block pestle and mortars are great. Now I'm going to add some smoked paprika. Now this is obviously dried ground peppers, but they're kind of sweet peppers, so they're not really hot and spicy, but they add loads of flavour and they've been smoked. So I'm going to add a nice tablespoonful, grind it in, and then what we have here is a beautiful, smoky, rich, oh, it smells fabulous. Look at that. Homemade chili powder. Okay, now in this pan I've got an onion and 4 cloves of garlic that I've sweated down and just coloured a little, so they're really sweet. I'm going to be really slow cooked. I'm going to add, say, 3 nice pinches of my mixed chili mix. Oh, and it smells gorgeous. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And then into that, I'm going to add my homemade tomato sauce. Now, all this is crushed tomatoes with some rosemary, some shallots, and some garlic and some olive oil. And I make loads and I freeze it down. I'm going to add that. And I'm going to add the remains of a bottle of red wine, which may not sound traditional for chilies, but I love it. There we go. And add a good squirge of tomato puree for depth. And then I've got one of these little pouches of lovely beef stock, which I can get from my local supermarket, and it's really good stuff. A famous English chef, Heston Blumenthal, has his name on it, and it's just proper reduced stock. It's actually made by the company that we buy our restaurant stocks from as well, so we know it's good. So I'm going to mix all that in. That's my liquid base. Okay, my browned off venison can go in the pot. My white beans can go in the pot. So, and now my tomato chili red wine stock mix goes in. Okay, I'll give it a nice mix. And then I'll have a look and I'll take a judgment whether I need any more water or not in here. I'll put the rest of the red wine in. That's great. That's lovely. Oh la la. Okay, so my chili's had an hour and a half in a fairly hot oven. And all I did halfway through was add a bit of salt and pepper for seasoning. Let's have a look. Come in. Oh, look at this. So let me dig in. I love all that oil that's come up. And it's just, look at this. And look, I've got about 5 days worth of chili here. But I'm just going to taste for seasoning. We always taste for seasoning. I never put lots of salt in before I cook, because with reduction that'll get more concentrated. Bang on. Okay, let me serve it up. So I've got some lovely like organic rice here. I'm going to put a fat ladle of this chili, this wild fallow deer chili, all over the top like so. And spoon here, I'm going to put some yogurt over that. And then a little idea I had was I've got some corn here that I've just done. I'm just going to cut some corn over the chili. Okay, here we go. Fallow deer chili. Ooh, I can hear the boy coming downstairs for his dinner. He smelt it. Delicious. It's got spice, but it's not crazy. If you're like me and you love a bit of spice, you can always take some more of that chili that we ground up in the pestle and mortar and add it in. Join me tomorrow when I'm going to be cooking something else. Can't wait.